front side of the rack is full of items that I already own, things that I've worn throughout the years, or things that I have already bought, maybe haven't gotten to wear, things that I've owned since literally high school, like this top, things that we can work with, you know, things that we already own that we can work with. Oh my god, wait, I feel like we definitely need to do a quick little outfit check. Thrifted TJ Maxx from Max Studios. Let me show you. I feel like, do we like it more with the sleeves up or down? I don't know, but let's just get into the video. Hi girls, welcome back to the Pink Podcast. And for today's episode, we're gonna do something really fun, which is gonna be creating a summer wardrobe together. And we're gonna do this really affordable without breaking the bank, maybe $100, $200, $300 max. And all you're gonna need to have is some common sense and a little bit of sewing, just like a straight line and a zigzag stitch, okay? And we're gonna make it together. Little disclaimer is I already shot this video, I think like a month and a half ago or so, and I have been working on the edit because I had shot it kind of in a different format than my normal episodes. Like I didn't do a sit down, it was more like a me standing up, and I was trying on all the stuff that I had kind of gathered so far, and I was doing like a try on haul and talking through it. Fast forward, I have been editing it for a couple weeks and I completely lost all my edits for it. I don't even know how that happened. I don't even want to get into it. I didn't only lose the footage or the edits, I guess, for that, but also for a sushi episode I had made even prior to that. That one was taking me so long. I'm almost glad that it disappeared because honestly, it was stressing me how long it was taking me to edit that stupid sushi episode. But I am warning the fact that I edited it for so many hours upon so many weeks and that it's gone. But here we are. Okay, so for today's episode, I'm gonna do a different spin on my summer wardrobe episode. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna sit through and chat about all the things that I kind of went over in the first episode, plus some more stuff. And I'm also just gonna be still showing you my try on haul. I'm gonna actually scoot the camera eventually and I'll be putting the footage of me trying all the stuff on that I had thrifted, that I had stolen from my mom, etc. right here. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into today's episode. I had been having this idea, like I said, for a long time. And you know what? It was just the universe's plan for me to start over and do it in a different format. And that's okay. We're just gonna roll with the punches. I really just want to focus on talking about one, like the types of fabrics that I'm focusing on because I feel like I never really understood why some fabrics were better than others in a sense, even though I literally sew and have a whole clothing brand. I never really looked at fabrics in the sense that I do now about like their benefits and pros and cons to my body. I feel like before, obviously, my only lens of like fabrics were like, oh, do I want to make this item with that? Or would this fabric look better as a bikini? Or is, you know, it was like from that, like a vanity standpoint, I guess, like just like what would be best. But now it's definitely more of like a what's better for my body and what's going to be better in the long run and what's a better bang for my buck when purchasing. I also want to talk about how much we as women like consume everything. Like we have a huge consumerism problem as women. We're actually the number one like consumers. We spend the most, and I know I love spending. Like if it was up to me, I would just want to buy a brand new wardrobe like every time a new season comes around and there's new trends. And I think that realistically we're kind of noticing how fast these trends come in and out. Like I feel like before, you know, it would take like 10 years for like a new jean trend to like arise, maybe even longer. And now we're just seeing like things come in and out. Like all these brands have so many like disposable trends. Like right now it's the polka dot trend. Like if you're anywhere online, you know that polka dots are like super in and everybody's like buying everything polka dot and stripes and polka dots. And you know, like it's obviously fun to like get the new stuff, but it starts to break the bank, and then next season comes around and you don't want to wear those things. And so that's also going to be part of our conversation today. And really the main part of today's episode is going to be how you can create your own summer wardrobe for a really affordable price, one through thrifting and upcycling. And if you obviously don't know how to sew, don't worry. I'm going to kind of break down a little bit of the basics on here. I'm going to do a better in-depth video soon as to like how to thrift flip anything into something really basic that you probably already have and that you overspend on, because these brands are selling you like the most basic garments that take no time to create for such a high price and for the worst fabrics at that. Okay, so I'm gonna switch the camera a little bit, that way I can be modeling some of the stuff that I had for my original video. My whole point with that video was just to show all the things that I had thrifted or like borrowed from my mom and stole from like a friend or whatever, and how I basically created a summer wardrobe of staples without really breaking the bank. And I also was showing like some fabrics that I bought that I just wanted to use to upcycle, but I hadn't upcycled them yet, and I actually still haven't. So that's gonna be part two. And you know what? By the time that comes out, it's probably gonna be fall, but that's okay because we all have our own time. So while I'm modeling these clothes right here, I'm going to be talking through some of those points that I had mentioned that I really wanted to talk about. Let's start off with the consumerism aspect of it. I know that as women, we are the number one consumers. Obviously, we spend so much every year on clothes and everything, makeup, beauty, whatever it is, you name it, we're the number one consumers. And like it's all funny and games and this and that, but when you really like think about it, we are kind of conditioned to feel like we always need to be buying something new. Like we need to be up with the trends, like we need to be buying more and more and more. And oh no, there's a new lip gloss and a new blush and a new outfit trend and a new Stanley cup and whatever it is. We're just like always being sold like the newer, better version of what we have. And it's kind of hard to like not fall for it, because obviously these things are done on purpose so that we can buy more stuff and spend more money. And who doesn't want to be like in with the trend or like buying the new coolest stuff? So I get it. Like I go through this all the time myself, which is why I kind of have tried to like self-reflect and slow down. I knew going into summer, I wanted to attempt to create a summer wardrobe very inexpensive and also a sustainable one at that, because I feel like when a new season comes around, whether it's summer, spring, or fall or whatever, and there's the new trend for the season, like right now, it's like I said, the polka dot, the stripes, like we kind of know what's in right now, okay? Every year there's like a different new trend. Before, there's always been trends with fashion. Obviously, fashion is all about like things being in and things going out, and there's like the trend of the year, sure, but now we're seeing those trends like turn over faster than ever. When before, like maybe like jean trends would go from like skinny jeans to bell bottoms, and that would take like 10 years or something. Now, like all these trends are like shifting and changing within a couple months. And it's, first of all, unrealistic for us to spend all that money on a brand new wardrobe to fit the new trend every time that these new things come around, every time that there's a new trend and a new season and a new whatever it is. It's also horrible for the planet. And it's also things that you're never going to rewear again, because a lot of it is so trendy and so specific to a certain time that it almost feels like playing an old album when you wear something that was like specifically designed for like a certain summer or season or whatever, and you wear it like the next year. Like I'm sure if you started to wear the poster girl, like we all know that one specific dress that every girl was wearing for like her birthday or something a couple years ago. Was that like 2 3 years ago? I don't know. Everybody loved that dress. Like the poster girl dress was like the dress for the birthdays. It was like the it girl dress, and it got worn so much, whatever, and it had its time. And now like nobody's really wearing a poster girl dress for their birthday, at least not like how it was. And that dress itself was like a couple $100s. You buy it once, you wear it, and then it's gone. And that's just like one example. Like obviously, like okay, it's a birthday fit, like whatever. But this is how it is like all the time. Like if you were to wear whatever was in season for last year, I don't even remember what was the trend last summer. But if you were to wear that now, everybody would be like, oh yeah, that was like last year's trend. Like it's just that obvious. And that's kind of the problem. And that's why I wanted this year to tell myself, like, you know what? We're not going to just buy a bunch of trendy stuff. We're not just going to go online and open like all the trendy like websites and just buy a bunch of stuff. I just wanted to create a wardrobe that was full of like staples, like things that I would love summer and summer and summer and time again. And that weren't just going to like go in and out, because girl, like I'm not trying to spend like a couple $1,000s every freaking season. That's so horrible for my pockets. It's a horrible way to invest your money and horrible for the environment. And also, what's the point? I can't even rewear it. So it's just like a horrible investment overall. And not only is it horrible for your pocket, okay, it's also horrible for you, period. And that's gonna be like the next thing I wanna talk about, which is like the composition of the fabrics. I never really knew that fabrics had more to them than like what their purpose was. Like, obviously, I had been sewing with fabrics for a couple years, and I never really thought about its effect on my skin or on my health or even really on the planet. Like, I just thought of like fast fashion having an effect on the planet, but I didn't understand that like using non-natural fibers and fabrics itself like was harmful. And I've just kind of learned that more recently, which is almost like embarrassing because it's like, girl, how did we all not know this? Like, hello? But the point is that wearing fabrics that aren't natural, like I said, like a cotton, a linen, cashmere, wool, there's a couple other like good natural ones. But if you're not wearing like natural, real fabrics and you're wearing like the plastic alternative, viscose, rayon, spandex, lycra, I don't know how it's Spanish is lycra. The plastic alternatives, it's horrible for you. Like, there's been studies that show its effect on reproduction. They actually did this study, I forgot on which animals. I think it was dogs. Please don't quote me. This video is about summer wardrobe and not studies, okay? But they had basically put underwear on these animals that were either like cotton, I think underwears, or like some sort of like plastic alternative like a spandex or whatever. And basically the animals that were wearing the plastic, not natural fibers as underwears, their fertility went down by so much. And I think some of them also became like infertile completely. And that's so scary. Like, obviously these fabrics are sitting on your skin all day. Your skin is your largest organ and is in some way or another like absorbing some chemicals that are associated with the fabric. At least I believe so. I'm choosing to believe it, okay? But regardless, even if you don't care about like the health side of it, that's a different conversation. These plastic fabrics and stuff, they're not gonna last you season and time again, okay? Because they're poor quality. They're gonna just have a couple washes and disintegrate basically in the washer, and then you're gonna be left with nothing. You just spent all these hundreds of dollars on fabrics that are gonna go bye-bye after you wash them, okay? I have literally walked into Aritzia and seen like tube tops and tube dresses, which are the ABCs of sewing, girl. Like, there's nothing easier than a tube top or a tube skirt or a tube dress. And I've seen them for like $70, $80. I kid you not. For plastic fabrics, okay? It's not even like 100% cotton or a cashmere dress. No. This is like a plastic tube top for $80. Like, hello? So it's like you're also getting played. Like, they're literally pranking us. Like, we're overspending, we're overpaying by 1,000,000% on fabrics that are horrible for us, for designs that are the easiest things to make. And so that's why my original point of like, if you just know how to do a simple straight stitch and a zigzag, you could get so far with upcycling and just kind of revamping your clothes. Even if you have some stuff right now that you don't wear because maybe it's a little too loose or it's a little too long or this or that, you can literally just cut it, trim it, make it a little bit more customizable to you and save yourself a couple $100s. Okay, but back to the original point, which is these brands are overcharging. We're paying like $120 for a pair of pants from IMGA that's made out of plastic. Like, what's the point? Not only is it bad for your skin and not only is it bad for the environment, but it's so bad for your wallet because it's not worth the price and it's not gonna last you a lifetime. It's not gonna last you 5 washes, okay? And I feel like maturing for me was kind of understanding what I'm buying in that sense, like the same way that I take so serious what I'm buying food wise. And I want to make sure that I'm not overpaying for grass fed beef because, for example, at Sam's Club, grass fed beef that's not even 100% grass fed is way more expensive than 100% grass fed beef from Aldi's. Who cares? Like, this is literally a summer wardrobe fit. But that's my point. It's like, I want to make sure that if I'm investing my money into something that I feel like is quality, it's actually quality. If you work hard for your money, you want to make sure that whatever you're buying with your money is going to last you and it's going to be worth it. And paying anything more than $10 for plastic that's not going to last you a long time is crazy. And so when I was thrifting and getting pieces for my summer wardrobe, I was trying to make sure that they were 100% cotton or 100% linen or as close to that. Sometimes it's like 95%. I think the skirt that I'm wearing right now is technically 95% cotton because the waistband is it has like elastic to like fit your waist. And so usually that's what the 95 means. It just has like some sort of like stretchy part for you to put on and off. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I wanted the majority of the composition of whatever I was buying to be a natural fiber. And I never shopped like that before, and honestly, it's so almost like embarrassing. Like now when I go into shops and I'm like, "Oh my God, like I love this like skirt, like maybe I will buy it." And I look at it and it's like $58 for it's like 40% rayon, 60% spandex, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that I used to pay such a premium, like literally beyond a premium for the lowest quality fabrics ever." Oh my God, so embarrassing. And so when shopping now, I have been trying to make sure that I'm investing into these quality fabrics. And if not, then I'm definitely thrifting it. Okay. Like I'm definitely not paying a pretty freaking penny for something that's not a real quality fabric that's going to last me a lifetime. Okay. If I am going to overpay, for example, at Aritzia, let's go back to that queen, there are 100% cotton items. Not all of them. You do have to like read their tags, but they're still overpriced. And you know what? That's okay. If I am going to pay an overpriced price, I at least want it to be something that's going to last me at the bare minimum, like at the bare minimum, because that's already almost like a slap to the face. Like, why is this dress $170 for just 100% cotton dress? Like, this should be like $40, $50 max. The point is, if I am gonna overpay, I'm gonna make sure it's at least somewhat, in a sense, durable or worth my money in some way. The things that I do want to get trendy, what I have been doing is buying them from the thrift store, like the fabrics, and upcycling them. That way, it's like, okay, for example, I had just bought like a striped shirt. I didn't take a picture of the original shirt. I do have a picture of my final product, and you know, I did want to like buy something fun and like striped and like cutesy for the summer, but I didn't want to go and buy it from like, you know, IMGO or something. I don't know why IMGO and Aritzia are getting like the illest shout out right now, but it's just like the two that come to my brain instantly. So anyways, I didn't want to buy like this set from anywhere. So I'm gonna try to find like similar style of like a little top and little matching shorts, and put it side by side to show you like the price difference is astonishing. I think I got that shirt for like $6, and then it took me I think like 2 to 3 hours because it really wasn't that much fabric, and I was trying to figure out how to like make that fabric stretch enough and to be shorts and a top, because I was being a little greedy. Okay, if I was just making shorts, it would have been enough, or if it was like a bigger top or like a dress or something, I would have taken so long to figure it out. It's just I didn't have enough fabric, and it was taking me so long to like find little scraps and stuff to make it be that. But that was my compromise with myself. It's like, okay, if I am gonna buy something, I guess trendy, I'm gonna make sure I'm making it myself. That way I'm not mad when next year comes around and I don't want to wear that same item again, because it's like, okay, it only cost me $6 and a couple of my own hours to make it. And I feel like that's not that bad. Now, on to our last point, which is obviously like the most important point, which is how are we gonna manage to make the summer wardrobe so affordable and doable? And obviously, if you've already overspent on your summer wardrobe, you can apply all these tips and tricks to your fall wardrobe or your uh, winter wardrobe or whatever is your next venture into like restyling your whole closet. So let's just get into it. Obviously, we talked about the importance of thrifting, and I feel like it's not just thrifting in the sense of like, you know, how everybody makes it into like a little hobby or like a fun time, like, oh, let's go thrifting. Like, when you're gonna go thrifting for your new summer wardrobe, this has to be done deliberately with time and ahead of time, also because you don't wanna go into it as soon as like everybody's trying to get like the same stuff as you, okay? So you need to be plotting ahead. You need to be going into it during like spring or like late winter, or obviously like if it's already summer, go do your thing. Like I have found, I think, more of my favorite stuff during actual summer, but it's good to actually just at least like get ahead of the ball a little bit, okay? So going into thrifting is not just like for fun or like, oh, let's see what we find. Like you need to be in there with a goal, okay? Like how many shirts do I really want to get? How many like pants? And go with like a clear vision, because there is a thing I like to call like thrifting blindness, which is where things look way better at the thrift store and you feel like you could definitely wear it and it's so cute and this and that. And then when you get home, you're like, why did I ever buy this? Something ugly next to a bunch of hideous things will look really good. So you have to be really, really picky at the thrift store, because I'm a victim of this. I have actually thrifted so many things for the summer wardrobe that I no longer want, and it's so sad. But you know what? Even with that cost of discard added, it's still a lot cheaper than if I were to have bought everything brand new from the store. And I mean by probably like 1,000%, not even like exaggerating with a funny amount, because I think that I have spent through and through like every thrifting adventure I've went on for a couple months now, and the TJ Maxx runs, all that stuff added up, I think still under $300, and I have bought a lot of stuff. Okay. So even with the stuff that I kind of hate now, my advice is if you don't freaking love it, I'm talking about you're gonna leave the thrift store and be devastated, you shouldn't buy it because it looks so good next to everything else. But when you get home, it's really not gonna be that good, okay? Trust and listen to me on this one. So it's either you love it or you leave it. Love it or leave it, okay? My next advice is, like I said, you're gonna have to learn how to sew a little bit. And this is just gonna be the sewing basics. I'm gonna make a video on this. Don't quote me. Maybe like in 2-3 weeks, and I'm just gonna show you the two things that you need to do, which is a straight stitch and a zigzag stitch. You could get anybody's abuela's old freaking sewing machine and get everything that you need to get done with just that. Okay, you don't need to invest into a bunch of stuff. You don't need anything else apart from a sewing machine and thread to match whatever you're making. And you don't need it to match perfectly. Okay, you could have like an orangey red one that could go for all your reds, oranges, stuff like that. Okay, this zigzag and straight stitch is literally the basics. You can make a tube top, a tube dress, a tube skirt, which you already buy for so much money. Like I told you earlier, you can make all these things in a couple minutes. It's actually insane. If you want to go do this right now, you don't need to like watch me. There's 100 million freaking videos on the internet. Okay, all you need to know is how to do those two stitches, which takes nothing. Like the machine does it. Okay, you just need to know how to thread the machine and press the button and hit the little pedal at the bottom and it'll go. That's all you need to do is just let it do its thing. You can practice on like fabrics you don't care about, like little leftover fabrics. You don't need any patterns. You don't need to know how do I make a skirt? Like there's nothing to know. Look at the skirt that you have at home and think about it. You're like, okay, it's two pieces sewn together at the side. So when you go and you find fabric at the thrift store that you want to make into a skirt, you're gonna cut it into basically two long rectangles that are about the same size as the one that you already have that you love to wear. Leave a little bit of room for like the fact that you're gonna sew it in and sew the top and the bottom. And you're just gonna do your thing, and it's gonna be so easy. All you need is common sense, a straight stitch, and a zigzag stitch. Learning how to do that is definitely gonna be the hero to your problems. Okay, this is gonna allow you to fix things that you already own that maybe you just want them to fit you a little bit better. Make you stop buying the ultimate basics at least. Like even if you don't want to learn how to make like the most extravagant things, like I still don't make a lot of things that I like to buy. I'd rather just make the simple little top like I had in the video that with this skirt originally. I made that in like an hour or two. And you know what? It saves me so money because a shirt like that from a different store would have been like $40, $30. And it's like for a simple top, no thank you. So that's all I'm telling you. So you don't need to learn how to be like a whole sewing artist. You just need to know how to at least like do the basics or adjust the things that you already own. And that itself would save you so much money. And the next and final little trick is to literally rewear the stuff that you have. I feel like we all get, that little like Instagram fear of re-wearing a lot of the stuff that we own because it's kind of like this little like taboo thing on that. Like, okay, if I already posted it, like if I already wore it, I can't wear it again. Like, I don't even know how to fully shake it off from myself. The other day I had to go to another like cheetah event thing, not the other day, I think like a month ago or something. And I had already wore a really nice cheetah outfit that I made in January for another friend's birthday. And then another like cheetah thing popped up, and I was like, I'm not gonna go buy a whole new one or make a whole new one. This one's spectacular. I made it, and it's one of my favorite outfits. I'm just gonna wear it again. And then I had to myself, okay, I'm just gonna wear it, but I'm not gonna post anything online. Girl, like, what? Like, if you're spending your money, if you're spending your time, whatever it is, like, we need to learn how to be okay with re-wearing clothes. I don't know what in the 21st century online freaking fear, taboo, weird shit this is, but like, it's totally okay, obviously, and normal to re-wear your clothes all the time. Like, I don't even know how this became such an online ick, but like, I have it too. Don't get me wrong. Like, I also think that all the time. Like, damn, like, literally, when I was filming the original one of this, I was like, I don't wanna wear this skirt yet on that video because I haven't taken an Instagram photo with it, and I don't want people to see me on Instagram with it, and then I'm gonna post a photo. I was like, "What are you even saying right now?" Like, this sounds so ridiculous. This is, like, such a first world problem. So, learning how to look at your closet and pull out things that you already own, things that you haven't worn, things that you should be wearing way more, things that you need to like learn how to reinvent. I have things that I've shown on this try on haul that I've owned since like literally high school. Like that Brandy Melvin shirt. This one I'll reference it again. I had thrifted that in high school from a Goodwill. It's 100% cotton. I didn't know the importance of that back then, but I'm so happy that it is now. But I had thrifted that then. I didn't know that. And I've had that shirt for 10 years probably in my closet, and there was times that I wanted to get rid of it, and I was like, "You know what? No, I feel like it'll come back around." And now I love wearing that top. I've probably worn it this summer alone 6 times, and that's totally okay. Because guess what? It keeps getting washed. And you need to just be okay with doing what clothes are made to do, which is to rewear them, okay? You wouldn't just buy a car and then drive to school and to work and back and be like, "I need a new car because everybody's seeing me in this car." Obviously, that's the point of you having a car. Like, that's your investment. You buy it, you wash it here and there, you keep it looking nice and neat, and you drive it for a long, long time, for years and years to come. That's the whole point. And so when you're investing into your clothes, you're gonna have to get comfortable with re-wearing them, because that's the point. That's what they were made to do. It's not just for an Instagram picture and that's it. Okay. That's definitely how we're gonna kill our pockets, the planet, and never be able to invest into anything in our life, because we're gonna waste all of our money on clothes. Anyway, so that concludes today's summer wardrobe video. I hope that you guys enjoy it. I hope that this kind of just inspires you to go and revamp your closet in a more sustainable and affordable way, without feeling like you need to follow the trends all the time. Or if you do want to follow some trends, like what I'm saying, like I wanted to have something striped and fun and whatever, go do it in like an affordable way. You don't need to go spend 80, 90, $120 on a matching set that you're going to wear once on Instagram and then be like, "Oh, now I can't wear it again." Okay? If it's a little bit too late for your summer wardrobe, because I'm dropping this in July, then maybe just apply these tips and tricks to your next summer, to your next wardrobe revamp, because I feel like this is something that we're constantly doing as women. And you know what? These tips are going to apply to any season, not just summer. And I will definitely be making a part two where I'm going to show you some of the flips that I have made if I ever get around to it, because God knows there's so many fabrics waiting for me to attend to them. And also making a little follow video showing you how to just do a regular stitch that'll carry you a long, long way. Okay, that's it for today's episode. I love you girls so much, and I'll see you girls on the next one. Bye.